everybody, Skylake here reporting for First Updates Now. I'm with team 5913 Patriotics out of Pequot Lakes, Minnesota. And they're going to take us through a robot here a little bit. First I have Mitchell and Chase here, and they're going to kind of walk us through the major components of their robot and some of the design decisions associated therewith.
Giving you a voice.
Making it loud our own way.
Welcome to the fun.
If you're on an FRC or FTC team and you're currently meeting safely in person and have a functional robot, we'd love to have you on our Behind the Bots or Behind the Bumper segments. Go ahead and reach out to us on any of our social channels, on Discord, or send us an email at admin@firstupdatesnow.com, and let's get your team scheduled to be on First Updates Now. You can also directly support Fun by joining Fun Nation. Click the join button, and just for a few bucks a month, you'll unlock special perks and directly support us so we can keep making great content.
All right, so I'm Chase. I'm going to start out with the intake here. So our intake, we've got a set of Mecanum wheels with one Omni wheel in the center. So when we intake a ball, it can be intake from either sides as well. And then going on into the feeder system, we have a set of brushes going all the way to the back that roll the balls in. One of our main design processes was that we wanted it to be as easy as possible so that we didn't require any sensors or anything. So the brushes, the way they work is they pull the balls in, and once they get to the feeder wheel, the brushes will just brush past, and it won't create any jamming problems or any problems with keeping the balls in alignment.
Very nice. Is there any speed differences between those brushes as they go, or they're all the same?
The brushes are powered by a separate motor than the intake. The intake is powered by a 775 Pro, and the intake has a faster speed than the brushes.
All right, very interesting. Was there anything other than brushes that you tried? Obviously, you went for kind of compliance and bendy to make, to deal with these annoying game pieces. Obviously, you settled on brushes like you talked about, but did you try anything else?
So we mainly just first start off with brushes. We actually started with just like horse hair brushes, and then those ones wore out pretty quickly, so then we changed to these.
So you found something that kind of worked and you fine-tuned your way to a solution. Excellent, excellent.
Hi, I'm Mitchell, and I'll be walking you guys through the feeder wheels down inside the hopper towards the top of the shooter, and then I'll also be walking you through the shooter mechanism, the top shooter, bottom shooter, what it does, and also tracking, and then also through the climber. So once the brushes bring up, it's kind of hard to see, but once the brushes bring it up here, there are 4 red compliance wheels that we use for feeding it into the shooter. And once the feeder wheels put it into these wheels, this top speed is spinning a little slower than this bottom wheel. That's to create backspin, and so it helps the ball fly straighter and more accurate over long distances. And we also have limelight tracking. So if we're not exactly centered with the board, we can shoot from the trench, press a single button on the joystick, and then it'll zip right to the goal. And we can make 3-pointers anywhere from just 10 feet back from the goal and almost to the control panel as well. And also for the turret, what we chose to do is we have just a 775 with a belt that's wrapped around a 3D printed ring. And then we have the 775 control a gear that'll spin according to what the limelight sees. And after the ball leaves, then when it's got its backspin, it should be on its way to get a 3-pointer. And for the climber, this part was probably one of the more fun parts of building the robot. What we decided was we wanted to be compact and be able to climb and just stick, so we have a boat roller here, so it sticks to the bar and it won't move no matter where you put it on the bar. And then we have different stages of climbing. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 stages. These are tension springs. So we have a motor back here that has a ratchet system, so when it falls down it holds onto it, and we have some straps that feed up and into here, and then when it lets go it'll raise with the compression strings or the springs, and then it'll bring it back down with the ratchet engaging, and then it'll lock into place. That's probably one of the coolest part about the robot is the stages we have for the climber.
I noticed you had a heck of a flywheel on there. Was that a modification? 'Cause you've got a lot of mass there spinning, or is that just, did you decide to go with that and you really needed that to optimize your controller loop?
What we did with the flywheel was, there was a lot of prototyping with the wheels we're using. So we started out with like kind of driver wheels, the black kind of compliance wheels, if you will. And then we switched to these bigger, fatter gray ones. And then we noticed that we have encoders on these wheels for different ranges. So we can press a button, shoot close, press a different button, shoot mid. And what we were noticing is that it was losing speed too quickly after a ball went out. So we decided to add a flywheel. We tried 2 flywheels, but then that also wasn't as consistent. So then we just kept the 1, and that keeps basically the mass of these wheels going at a consistent rate, so then it can be more of a consistent at any range that it shoots from.
And like a lot of teams, you found the two flywheels, 1 top, 1 bottom solution. When did you reach the decision point in the build season last year, or modified this year, that you decided you really needed to go for the 2-wheel system versus maybe a single flywheel?
It started in the beginning stages of last year's build season. We started with a wooden prototype of a sea shooter, and then we had just the bottom wheels. And then we would spin them up with the drill, and it just wouldn't have enough backspin, and it wouldn't be consistent enough for it to actually make it to the goal reliably. So then we decided to add a top wheel, and then the top wheel is really just, it puts the entire shooter together that makes it as consistent as it is and how reliable it is. So it was kind of a couple weeks after we made the shooter is when we decided that we needed a top spinner as well.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been very insightful. Again, reporting for First Updates Now, I'm Sky Leak with Team 5913. Good luck at the competition this afternoon, guys, and have fun.
Thanks for watching. If you want more fun content, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow, and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. You can also directly support Fun by joining Fun Nation. Click the join button, and just for a few bucks a month, you'll unlock special perks and directly support us so we can keep making great content.